Welcome to the ManCave. I'm Nick.
I'm Nick.
And welcome to E3 Week. Now we're talking about Ubisoft's E3 press conference. Now let's first start off with how Ubisoft started off. They immediately brought up what happened recently this week. They were all wearing their gay pride ribbons, and they were saying how much they support the LGBT community, just like us, and everything that went on, and that they are so sorry for what happened, and that their hearts go out to the family members and the victims and the friends of the people that were in that incident.
Yeah. Moment of silence.
Now time for some good news.
Awkward transition.
Awkward transition time. Okay, so
right.
Ubisoft went through a ton of stuff in this thing, and they really brought their A game.
Yeah.
They first started off with a little bit of a dance show, as always, going over Just Dance 2017. Wasn't a lot said about it, but, you know, everyone loves Just Dance. And they're saying there's going to be new music and new games and new stuff like that coming to Just Dance really soon.
It was a party.
It was a party. I don't think we'll ever get a Just Dance game, really, because there's no room in this room to play Just Dance. But, you know, we'll do what we can. Next, they brought up a big title from Ubisoft, Ghost Recon. Now, Ghost Recon takes place in Bolivia. You are dealing with the Santa Blanca cartel. Yeah. The main villain is El Santanero.
Yeah, I could not pronounce it. I didn't
That's
even know how to write
probably
it.
wrong, because I wrote it really weird.
Something arrow.
They showed a really nice cinematic trailer for Ghost Recon. It looks positively gorgeous.
Yeah, it made me want this game. I was skeptical as to whether or not I wanted to play this game because I thought maybe it was a little cookie cutter for the Tom Clancy's. But,
no.
You know, it's really...
It's different. It feels a lot like The Division, kind of.
It reminds me, it's like The Division and Army of Two came together.
Yeah, it looks really good. I hope they do a good job with the multiplayer like they did for The Division. Ubisoft said it is their largest open world game that they have done. That says a lot, because they are the makers of Assassin's Creed. They made The Division. They made a lot of big open world games. And you know, I can't wait to see with all the different landscapes and everything. Yeah. So they showed us a lot of gameplay footage.
Apparently the idea is that you play as rebels trying to, you know, they announced...
No, you're part of an elite special ops group, just like in The Division. You are deep within Bolivia, and you are trying to disrupt the cartel, because the cartel Bolivia has become a drug state. Yeah. They have used it to make cocaine, because the cocoa, whatever that's going on in there, the flower plant or whatever that is used to make cocaine.
You get a drone. You get to
fly a drone, which is awesome.
And helicopters.
You can control it. You can and ATVs and motorbikes and cars, and you can hang glide, and you can wingsuit, and you can do everything.
It's awesome. I believe they announced the release date of March 7th, 2017.
Yes, they did. Now let's get into another big Ubisoft game. I am actually now excited for this. I might get the first one.
I wasn't expecting to.
I wasn't expecting to be so excited for this.
I don't watch the show.
Don't watch the show. If you play this game and you have younger siblings or a child, don't wear a headset.
Yeah.
That way they don't hear it.
Yeah.
But what are we talking about?
We are talking about the fractured...
South Park.
Fractured Butthole.
That's what it's called. South Park.
It's funny, though.
The Fractured Butthole.
They said that Marvel actually wanted to have that for their Civil War.
Because it's supposed to be kind of like all the characters are fighting against each other, and they're all superheroes, and they're trying to, they battle each other, and it's like... Marvel Studios, according to Ubisoft, wanted the name, Avengers, the Fractured Butthole, but they're like, Ubisoft already had it, so
yeah,
good. If you do pre-order it, you get a free copy of the Stick of Truth. Yeah, which is the previous game.
They showed a few
They showed some gameplay. It basically looks like a cartoon, and it's awesome.
Funny. It's so funny.
You are the character, and you have to develop your character. You get to choose what your power is, and they go through your backstory, and there's so many choices that you can make, and it looks so much fun.
Yeah.
It's got a funny, weird combat going for it, and it comes out December 6th.
The gameplay actually looks legit. You might actually enjoy playing it.
It looks pretty cool.
Now, we've already mentioned this game a million times.
Yep, The Division. Now, The Division has over 10 million players. Like, this game is not new, not old.
No.
Like, it's a relatively new game.
No, it's not surprising.
And to have that many,
game.
yeah, you know, it's doing really popular.
It's doing well.
They announced the first DLC pack, Underground. Underground is going to be completely, endlessly replayable. It's going to change every single time you play it.
They announced DLC outfits. You've got the outfits that are based off of Ghost Recon, Rainbow Six, and Splinter Cell, which is really sweet.
But that is if you have the season pass, I believe. No, if you're a Ubisoft Club member.
Okay.
That's if you're a Ubisoft Club member. It's free.
And then I think the expansion.
There's a date. I forgot what these two dates.
2nd.
August 2nd, and I have something about June 28th on Xbox, because I believe they get their DLC way early.
Well, that's neat.
Yeah, I think Xbox does get their DLC before PlayStation, but you know, they also did announce the second DLC pack, Survival.
Yeah, they did announce
which
that.
looks crazy, and it's this big cinematic trailer where you're trying to get there might be a cure for the virus, and you're going to try to find it in the middle of like a blizzard, and the trailer ends with a guy, a really big brute with a big gun, and he's got Division watches on his shoulder, and I'm guessing he's like a Division hunter. He like hunts down the Division members. You know,
Could be.
Kind of like General Grievous collecting the lightsabers.
Yeah.
He collects that.
Could be. Now,
let's talk about
something really special. This was announced really early on, back around when the PlayStation VR was announced.
Yep. Eagle Flight. It is a VR game. You can either play it single player, or now there's competitive multiplayer. And I'm like, you're playing as a bird.
Yeah. Okay, whatever. But but let me talk, okay? So, I didn't expect to be excited about this. When they first announced it, it seemed really single player driven. It really seemed like all it was you were watching, and it was a game about watching. That's not what it is necessarily now. They showed gameplay of it that featured, I think it was 4 players. They played a capture the flag game.
Capture the rabbit.
Capture the rabbit.
You have to grab a rabbit and fly it to your nest.
The landscape is nice. It looks like it's got some skill involved in it, which is appealing.
You have to know what you're doing, because apparently you do have an attack, like you screech. Yeah. And it can knock the rabbit, and it basically kills the other player, and then you have to pick up the rabbit and go fly it. It's really fast pace.
I went very quickly from deciding that I don't probably want this game to I definitely want this game.
To I'm going to kick your butt in this game.
You might. We'll see. I mean, they'll see.
They'll see.
They will see.
What now?
Okay.
Now, what's the next big thing that Ubisoft said about VR? Star Trek Bridge Crew.
Now, in order to showcase, this was just amazing.
LeVar Burton.
If I had to describe this in one word, I would say amazeballs.
Let's just say that. Yeah. You know, we have LeVar Burton and a few other members of the Star Trek universe, you know, who actually played. You know. And they were all playing the Star Trek crew. It looks really interesting, and it looks really cool, especially to have a VR game of Star Trek. Who doesn't want to be on the Enterprise?
I mean, now, graphically speaking, it didn't seem all that great.
It didn't seem the most amazing, but
that's to be expected, and it's the Enterprise, so who cares?
Who cares? You want to be doing this. You want to be playing this game.
Yeah.
And
it was very team building. It was very...
You need to work together.
You have to work together. It's essential. Everybody kind of gets their own role. Somebody pilots the ship, somebody's the engineer, that sort of thing.
All right.
Now,
let's jump right into... Let's go to a quick smaller title. This is a bit out of order from the actual conference, but they did mention that they are going to have a Grow Home 2. Mm-hmm. I believe, like, you can actually... It's going to be a lot bigger world. They did tweak a lot of stuff. They made it better.
Did you play the first one?
I did play a little bit. I do have it right now on my console. Actually, I can play it any minute I want. They also announced Trials of the Blood Dragon. Basically, they took Far Cry Blood Dragon and they took Trials Fusion and they meshed them together. They said out now, and then they said 2 weeks.
Weird combination.
No, they said it's out now, so I believe you can actually play it right now.
It's a weird.
We'll probably check that out right after. Actually, this I'll go look it up.
It's a curious thing.
Looks
I think Trials is a lot of fun. I never really played the.
They also showed us. They did not mention anything about the new Assassin's Creed game, but they did show us an Assassin's Creed movie trailer. They showed us a more in-depth one for behind-the-scenes stuff. The movie looks phenomenal. It looks crazy good.
Absolutely. It looks like they're going to start from the beginning. You know,
it's a whole new universe. It has nothing to do with the original universe, really. Yes, it has like some little hints, but there's nothing. There's no Ezio. There's no Altair. You don't see any of those characters.
I mean, as far as we know, we might see a cameo.
That would be really funny. He just runs into Ezio, and Ezio just keeps running. And they also did announce a Watch Dogs movie in the works. Which is going to be interesting because that always seems like a good movie to go. Yeah. Now let's talk. I was always excited for, and I think this got him more excited for it. Let's talk For Honor.
Yeah, definitely. They revealed so much about this game that made it really interesting. I know there's a lot of games with unique combat styles, so you could say this about a lot of games, but this combat, it looks so, like...
different.
Yeah, it's different.
So
I want to say good. Yeah.
It looks so...
it looks really good.
Like, it looks almost kind of like if you really know what you're doing, you can basically like start tumbling through enemies and just... yeah. It looks so great.
It's great because you're facing hordes. It's similar to one of the Assassin's Creeds where you can go up, like when you would go up against forts and stuff.
Oh yeah, just go and you can fight. You know, there are the three main branches: samurais, knights, and Vikings. Right. They showed us a lot of gameplay. The graphics look amazing. Brutal combat.
They gave us some background lore. There was like this giant earthquake, this earth-shattering...
and this big fight over water between the three original guys.
Right. And now they've forgotten
They forgot what their reason actually for fighting. They keep fighting. And every time they get to peace, some character called Apollyon... she looks like a knight. I think it's a she. She has a female voice.
Yeah, she encourages...
she brings on war. It kind of reminds me of...
violence.
What's that guy's name? He's a guy in Injustice. I can't even remember. He's...
Pee-wee Herman?
Oh. He's from the Wonder Woman universe. He's the god of war.
I probably don't know what he is.
I forgot his name. Oh well. But she reminds me a lot of him because he also looks like a knight, and she wants them to fight because it like basically fuels her.
There is some extent of environmental interaction while you're fighting too. Like you can throw a guy into a giant wall of nails.
Spikes. And it just looks incredible.
Yeah.
And I think they really did something smart with this game. If you have someone out there that you care about, and I'm talking to you ladies, if you have a guy out there that you like, Valentine's Day, get him this game.
Yes!
It comes out.
It comes out
February 14th, 2017. Valentine's Day. Get him it. Show him how much you care and spend the night playing video games.
And if you have a bro, get it for him.
Yeah.
For why? For honor.
For honor. I'm talking to ladies and men. If you have a boyfriend, get him the game if he's into games.
Even if you don't like games, just get it.
Just get it.
Just get it.
Just get it anyway.
Get it anyway.
It's good.
Or play it.
You can give it to us.
Yeah, we'll take it gladly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we're talking Watch Dogs 2. Oh, they showed us a whole new trailer for it. They showed us a ton of gameplay. There's so much you can do. They showed us flying the drone to do surveillance. They showed us using the RC car to hack into stuff. They showed us remote driving cars to create cover or to just mess with people.
And there's something really exciting about the new location, which is San Francisco.
Oh my god, I've been there and the place looks amazing. It looks so realistic.
I think it was a great place for them to do this.
It's so great. And
you can now hack into cars.
Yeah, you can remote drive them wherever you want.
They did the character better.
He's a much better character. You can customize him a lot more. He's a lot better at parkour. Not to mention the collector's edition, which you can see right about here actually. And it comes with a robot that you can control with your smartphone. And it's so cool, and you can just troll people with it. It's a little robot kind of guy that drives around. He's got faces that he can make and
like
little voice
RC
things. Drone kind of thing. He's not a drone. He doesn't fly.
He doesn't fly.
Yeah. But, you know, it looks great.
Do we have a date for it?
I forgot the date. But it's out. It does have a release date. It's November. It's this year. It's in November. I think November 11th. 13th?
Yeah, I don't know.
Something like that. But also, all DLC for the Watch Dogs 2 comes out 30 days early on PlayStation.
Woo!
Go PlayStation. And now let's talk. Of course, Ubisoft had to do this. Ubisoft has another new IP called Steep.
I think I said steep. Steep. Steep is a snowboarding game.
It's not a snowboarding
It's not
game.
strictly
It's an
snowboarding.
extreme sport multiplayer game. So basically, you can ski, you can snowboard, and you can hang glide and all this other crazy stuff. You can play against other players, race each other. You can create your own trails and have them race.
I'm really excited about the creating your own trails thing.
Yeah, they showed us a lot of gameplay. They showed us a lot of footage.
They have these beautiful mountains.
And that's everything that happened at Ubisoft's press conference. If you liked what you saw today, you can check out EA's press conference right down here. You can check out Bethesda right over here. You can check out Microsoft over his face and Sony over my face.
Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing, and especially sharing this video.
And as always, stay manly.